When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Tar Heels will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, Dave, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Porter. There he goes. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Jensen. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Gets it out quickly. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. Finds his big tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Power ahead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This is the 8th play of this long drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend. But the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
They'll ride the hot hand. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Lopez wants to fire. That's caught. It's Green. Turning it on. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
The offense changing the play. Wrestled down at that 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Smith. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Touchdown, North Carolina! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, and it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they closed it going up top for the final few inches and the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Quarterback on the keeper. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Snagged out of the air. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Wants to throw on first down. On target. Fights off the defender. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Got it in the middle. It's Huffman. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, they execute the end route, and how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man on the right. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. Quarterback using all of the receivers at his disposal. This time he found the fullback.
And it's nice to have a guy that can block and obviously have the versatility to also catch the football, you know, so you can mix it up and keep that defense guessing.
To the air on second down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. And he can't connect on the throw, it's incomplete. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. Intercepted for the 11th time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
The defense thought in this game they were going to have an opportunity to pick some passes off, and what a great job. Down deep in the opponent's territory, he jumps the route, he intercepts it, returns it now inside the 5-yard line, setting his offense up in beautiful field position.
And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. Trying to punch it in. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has 1 stop. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. And the Tar Heels with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go right back to it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Tar Heels will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grab near the marker. It's Courtney. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Lopez to pass. He's got him. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Hawkins. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Johnson. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Caught. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, UNC! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he added the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Looking for blockers. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. North Carolina State has it back in the offense headed to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw, it's Bailey. The quick out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Porter. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. First and 10. They'll go back to the ground. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. The short hands, it's Porter. Just keeps moving. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in a split backfield. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. First down here for the offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. Going to sling it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. It's first and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. That's reeled in, it's Jensen. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Caught behind the line, it's Porter. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Pressure coming. He is brought down to men. What a job to find some running room and move the chains. NC State will line up with a first and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. Big fella moving. Smashes through the tackle. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Caught over the middle. It's Green. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. First down here for the offense. Lopez wants to fire. Keeps it under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Tar Heels in a good spot here with second and short. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. At the 35, he's loose. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Lopez to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Snap to the back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed. Stopped in the backfield.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that end. Nice job by the defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. They will score. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Coming out with it, it's Reynolds. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Working that left side now. Oh, he got loose. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hoffman. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Porter. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw. It's Bailey. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Running back searching for a hole. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll go to the ground. Sweet cut there. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Got room at the 35. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And the Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays like we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Holds and fires complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has touchdown, North Carolina. They take the lead with the 6. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Reynolds. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Firing to the right, complete. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Caught in the backfield, it's Porter. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. They'll try to sneak it. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but this is a critical third down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back, put the pressure on their own defense.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Lopez wants to fire. Makes the grab. It's Smith. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down mark. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. On the move at the 30. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Porter. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Hoffman. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Scanning the field, it's Bailey. That's caught. It's Hoffman. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab. It's Jensen. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
NC State quick to the line. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Porter. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they like because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The clock will stop. A chance to regroup on the sideline. He wants to throw it. He wants it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
And when you're trailing by a couple possessions in the 4th quarter, you can't do much of this, much more. I mean, this offense has to find a way to attack the sidelines, the middle of the field, deep down the field. It can't be the little dink and dunk. This offense has got to find some explosive plays.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. To the air, it's Bailey. Makes the grab. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Porter. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, Hawks running. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. NC State to the line on 3rd and inches. They'll run play action. A strike downfield. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching